Welcome to Sense and Nonsense A to Z, where we pick topics based off of the letter of the day. Today is episode 3 of season 3, featuring the letter C.
We're family and we're your hosts, AT and Z. So let's get started. Hey there, Z. Ciao.
Ciao, AT.
Hey. How are things going?
Good. I have exciting news.
Okay.
I asked the kid to try chicken sausage, and he did.
And did he like it?
He ate like 5 bites of it.
Awesome.
It was awesome. It had spinach and feta in it.
You're kidding me.
No.
Wow. So it was kind of like a flavored one, no less.
Yeah, but I mean, it was mild, but still,
Yeah.
he was just like, I put a piece on his plate and he just picked up his fork and he ate it. And then I put another one and he did it again. I
Cool.
was like, wow,
That's awesome.
I know.
I
Without
like that.
complaint, without hesitation. He
Right.
just
Without
started
you
in.
telling them you got to
Yeah.
eat that. Right.
Exactly. So that was exciting.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. Nice sunny day. I got some noise next door, so you may hear some rumbling going on. People
Rumbling.
next door replacing their bulkheads. So, yeah, so the
Oh,
machine kind of gets a little loud.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm good.
Great.
Yeah. Got anything else?
Now you ready to get into our episode?
Let's get after it.
Okay.
For the past 2 weeks, we did a top 5 list.
Okay.
But as I was researching stuff with the letter C, I found a really good list of top 10 cereals.
Oh gosh.
And
okay.
this is according to Delish, okay? So
Okay.
we're going to do a top 10 this week.
All right.
All right. Take a guess of a top cereal.
Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios came in second.
Okay. I love
Or-
Honey Nut Cheerios. Actually.
Yeah, I know. We buy them all the time too.
Yeah.
Number 1 was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, it's like French toast, you know?
Yummy. I think I might have a box of that in my pantry.
Okay. And I got to tell you something, different places that I was looking for like the top 10
Mm-hmm.
all came in with Cinnamon Toast Crunch for number 1. It was a popular choice.
You
but
know, the thing about that cereal is you can eat it with milk or you can eat it just out of the box and it's
that's
delicious.
true with a lot of cereals.
Yeah.
That's true with my favorite one. My favorite one is Cap'n Crunch, and that came
Yes.
in 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm going to do the list. All right, I mentioned Cinnamon Toast Crunch, number 1. Number 2, Honey Nut Cheerios. Number 3 is Reese's Puffs. Number 4 is Raisin Bran.
Really?
Yeah, number 5 is Fruit Loops. Number 6 is Frosted Flakes.
Mm.
Number 7 is Lucky Charms.
I do like a Lucky Charm.
Oh, yeah. Number 8, Frosted Mini Wheats. 9 was Cap'n Crunch, like I mentioned. And number 10, Rice Krispies.
Really?
That's the top 10 list, according to Delish.
Rice Krispies.
Yeah. I talk about cereal. Little Debbie's has a cereal now. They're Swiss rolls.
Yeah.
It's a cereal.
Wow.
I know. Kellogg,
wouldn't have-
actually. It's a Kellogg
Really?
product, yeah.
How about that?
So anyway, top 10 cereals, according to Delish.
No Crunch Berries. Crunch Berries was my favorite Cap'n Crunch.
Oh, I like the peanut butter one too, but Cap'n Crunch, just the general
Mhm.
cereal came up. Yeah. This week's quote, it's by Dennis Waitley. There are 2 primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist or accept the responsibility for changing them.
This is an excellent quote. I really like Dennis Waitley, by the way. He's a famous motivational speaker
Yes.
for
Mhm.
people who don't know. And I'm going to go beyond normal now.
Great.
We can sometimes be overwhelmed by all the choices in life.
Mhm.
At this point in time, we seem to have endless options available to us.
Right.
And these endless options can lead to a variety of issues. One of them that tends to affect me is analysis paralysis. I'm afraid of making a wrong choice, so I analyze it to death,
Yeah.
or I procrastinate,
Mhm.
or I make a snap decision to avoid the anxiety of thinking about it too much. Or sometimes I'll wait and see if it'll just sort itself out on its own without me having to intervene at all. Sometimes making decisions can feel like this very weighty responsibility,
Well, sure.
especially if your decisions affect others.
Yeah.
So I definitely know what it feels like to not want to make a mistake. But if we can actually take a step back from that and understand that, like Dennis is saying, there are really only two choices, that decision becomes much more manageable. So in this moment, I only have to make a decision to either hold steady or take a step in a direction, right? Any direction. It doesn't matter which direction, so long as I move. And that can apply to anything from decisions about your job to a person you're in a relationship with, or buying shoes for that matter. Do I want things to stay the same, or do I want them to change?
Right.
Either outcome is my choice.
Absolutely.
So if I buy the shoes and I don't like them, the only two choices I have are to either live with them or get rid of them. Right. I mean, so realizing that agonizing over what to do is actually making a decision to keep things the same. And that's really empowering. It's like, oh no, I'm not in the process of making a decision, because every single moment I'm thinking or procrastinating or ignoring it, I'm already making a decision, the same decision, until I make a different one. This is a really powerful concept because it completely eradicates the state of being a victim of circumstance. The power lies within you to choose how your life is going to go in every moment. Are you going to accept what's happening, or are you going to change it? That's it. I love this quote. I thank you for bringing this quote up, because this is it, really. This is what it all boils down to.
Yeah. Ready for A to Z headlines?
Hit me.
Number 1, Mattel came out with a new Barbie. She has Down syndrome.
Really?
She's adorable, by the way.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah. Mattel hopes that it brings more diversity and inclusion to the toy market and increases awareness and acceptance towards people with disabilities and disorders.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah.
I'm sure she is. Yeah.
I'm going to be posting a picture of her with us on our YouTube.
Yes. Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Okay, number 2. New studies show that the low-carb, high-fat diet, such as the keto diets, may be linked to a higher risk of heart disease. It's
no.
It's like, no kidding, right? You're telling us to eat fats, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, really. Whatever you do, it's going to be bad for you.
Exactly.
If you don't eat enough carbs, it's bad for you. If you eat too many carbs, it's bad for you. If you don't eat enough fat, it's bad for you. If you eat too much fat, it's bad for you. It's just like, just eat a moderate diet.
Exactly.
Yep.
A little of everything.
Exactly.
Yep. Okay. You're going to love this one. And number 3, in Paradise, Montana, there was a 25-car train derailment along a scenic western Montana river, which spilled containers of powdered clay and cases of beer. So there's photos of like a mountainside by a river.
Yeah.
And all you see is Coors cases and Blue Moon cases. And then there's a local fisherman there with a bottle. He fished out a bottle.
Oh, no. You get all them fish drunk.
Or it kind of brings a new purpose of going fishing. Honey, I'm thirsty. I'm going to go fishing.
Oh, man. Look what I caught, a cooler full of beer.
Exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Catch of the day.
Oh.
Okay, next one. Oh, another cereal reference here. Post Cereal has introduced a new cereal called Sweet Dreams with healthy ingredients designed to help sleeping. It's available in Blueberry Midnight and Honey Moonglow. It has whole grains, touch of lavender and chamomile, and has an excellent source of vitamin E, zinc, folic acid, and B vitamins that help support a natural melatonin production.
So what do you eat this before you go to bed?
That's the idea. Yeah. And I got to tell you something. I did a little research on this, and people were saying, I eat cereal before I go to bed all the time, and this is a good choice for me. So I'm like, okay.
I don't want to eat anything before I go to bed.
I don't either. I kind of stop about 7 o'clock eating anything.
I need to get reflux laying down with a belly full. Or...
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
crazy, weird dreams about stuff.
Well, okay. So the last thing I have is the FAA has activated 169 new sky routes along the East Coast, which are more direct, less zigzagging, and will save passengers time, airlines fuel, and increase safety.
Why
Okay.
weren't they in before? Why did
Exactly.
we do this before?
So isn't it the point of A to B to create a straight line rather than zigzag?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, FAA.
Yeah.
So for all these years, you've been screwing us around.
Exactly. And in 2023, guess what? We're going to do straight lines now.
Fabulous.
I know. So
That's a lot. 169?
169 just on the East Coast.
Jeez, that's a lot.
That's a lot of air highways.
Oh my gosh. I have something to add regarding airlines.
Go ahead.
The other day on the news, on the radio in the morning here at RDU,
Mhm.
a plane was delayed for 3 hours because on the pre-flight check, the pilots found bees, a huge swarm of bees on the plane.
On the plane? Or
On the
like
plane, on the outside, on the wing
Really?
flaps.
Okay.
And they couldn't take off because of all these bees, they're protected. So
Right.
they called a beekeeper and they were waiting for the beekeeper, but he couldn't come because he's not authorized to work on planes.
Oh my God.
And they had to go through all of these checks and everything to try and get the bees off. They were trying to smoke them out, and doing all this other stuff, and nothing was working. And finally they were like, well, we need this gate. We have to move this plane.
Right.
So they went to taxi the plane to another gate. And as soon as they started the plane, all the bees flew off.
Oh, how about that?
Everybody who was waiting for their plane was
Sure.
texting like crazy. And, when you're in that situation and you have a whole plane full of people
Sure.
tweeting and texting and everything about it, you don't want anything to happen to these bees. So the simplest solution was actually their last resort because they didn't want anything to happen,
Right.
Right.
And
And so 3-hour delay. Go to
wow.
Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, get out your Big Bang Therapy checklist.
I've got it handy.
Okay, great. This time we're doing season 2, episode 15, the maternal capacitance.
Yes.
It's
And this
always
is the
fun.
first time we see Leonard's mother.
Yeah, it's always fun when the moms show.
Oh,
because especially with the boys, that dynamic is super fun.
Yeah.
But this time it's Leonard's mother
Yes.
coming for a visit over Christmas. Mom's played by Christine Baranski, who is the celebrity appearance. She's phenomenal.
love her. Yes.
When she appears, it's really her episode. Yeah.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I know you're going to ask me later, but for a change, it's not going to be Penny, my favorite. It's going to be Leonard's mother. Yes.
That is my favorite as well. Dr. Beverly Hofstadter.
Yep.
One of the degrees she holds is psychiatrist, but her primary field is neuroscience.
Right.
So she's more
There you go.
clinical
Uh-huh.
with Leonard, who really craves affection.
Sure.
And as a result, she gets along really well with Sheldon.
Yeah, they have so much in common.
They have so much in common. And at one point, Leonard and Sheldon are talking about their moms, and Leonard's complaining about his mother
And saying how lucky Sheldon is.
Yes,
And vice
and-
versa.
and
yeah.
Sheldon's like, are you kidding me? If I wanted an EEG, I had to attach my own electrodes, They even say to each other, Beverly and Sheldon, how comfortable they are around one another. And usually
Sure.
that's not the case. So
Yeah.
it's very fun. Following our checklist, the catchphrase, there's really not a catchphrase in this episode, except for the fact that Beverly says very suddenly twice, I have to urinate.
Yes.
She announces that she has to go to the bathroom.
And that's a little awkward to
It
say
is,
that, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
especially like they're at the table in the cafeteria at work,
Yeah.
and she just stands
Stands
up
up.
and says that.
I have to urinate.
Yes, everybody's like, okay.
Right. And as a matter of fact, that scene has the food.
It does.
Yes.
And
chocolate cake.
the chocolate cake. Every time I see this episode, I'm like, oh man, I want some chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake.
I mean, I do love cake. I mean, and that's
I know.
that's
one
a
of
thing.
your favorites.
So.
We've mentioned that.
Absolutely. What's your best laugh out loud moment from this episode?
It's the beginning when Leonard is on the phone and everyone's guessing who he's on the phone with. You know, who is he on the phone with?
Yeah.
And then Sheldon comes out and says, oh, it's for a colonoscopy. And then Leonard hangs up and he says, my mother's coming. And Howard says, how about that? You were right.
Yeah.
That was my laugh out loud moment.
It's so good.
Yep.
That's very good too. But my favorite is when they're at work and they're in the cafeteria. Raj and Howard are giving Leonard a hard time.
Oh, I know you're
and
say.
They're like, you brought your mom to work. It's fair game, right?
Yep,
so when she comes back from the non-urination because the middle stall was taken, Leonard gets his revenge by saying Howard still lives with his mother and Raj can't talk to women, right? And she's like, oh, interesting. And
go for it.
Yeah. He's just like letting her loose on them.
Yeah,
and she totally rips them apart individually and then says, you know, both of these issues stem from a pathological fear of women. This is why you have created an ersatz homosexual relationship to satisfy your need for intimacy. And the look on both Raj and Howard's faces and on Leonard's, because he's so smugly happy that
no
this has
doubt
occurred, is just
it's
precious.
Good. That's really good.
And I just bust out laughing every time. It's just so freaking good.
Yeah.
And then Howard looks at him and he's like, what the hell? And he's like, hey, you brought your husband to work. You know what happened? So I find that to be the funniest.
Yeah.
Okay, since that's the funniest, what's the biggest cringe moment?
Is when Leonard's mother is talking to Sheldon and the implication of what they're about to do. It was almost sexual.
Yeah, it was dicey.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so glad it ended up being that they were going to play rock band, right?
Rock band, yeah.
I was so glad when they
Yeah.
started singing together. I was like, shoo!
That's the kind of hold your breath moment, because she's like, I don't know if
like,
if
where are
it's
they going with
appropriate
this?
to
Yeah.
do with my son's roommate.
Exactly.
You know?
I've never done it with my husband. It's like, oh my God, what are they thinking?
Yeah, that's a little bit of a moment. My cringe moment is when Leonard and Penny are drinking in her apartment and they're doing shots.
Yeah.
And she licks her hand and then puts it on her
on
neck. Oh, I'm just like, oh. I'm just like, oh no, that's so cringeworthy. It's just so overtly yucky.
I'm with you on that.
What would you say are the idiosyncrasies of this episode? I think one is the middle stall being occupied, not being able to go to the bathroom, right?
Exactly. I think the idiosyncrasies are that there's just so much in common with Sheldon and Leonard's mom.
How about when she asks for tea and he makes her tea and she's like, is it oolong? He's like, yes. Loose, not bagged? Yes. 2% milk? Yes. Warmed separately? Yes. 1 teaspoon sugar? Yes. Raw sugar? Yes. It's cold.
And then later, Sheldon says to her about making some tea.
Yeah.
And she says, you're probably the only person who can make it right. That sort of thing. It's like,
And also, I really like it when Sheldon says to her, you can see right through me. And she says, only when you're in a CAT scanner. And then she gives a snort laugh and he does his little laugh. It's very cute.
So funny.
You know what? We might have gone out of order, but I think we covered the entire checklist because there's no Spock alert.
Right.
You can't see Howard's belt buckle in this one because he's sitting down.
Can't. However, Sheldon's t-shirts. I loved his first t-shirt, which was the Space Invader.
Yeah, that's
that was
fun.
Adorable. Did you see the second one?
I'm sure I saw it, but I don't know what it was. I don't think.
I have no idea what it was.
Yeah.
And I tried to look it up, and I'm like, is that a controller for something? I couldn't figure it out.
I think Leonard was wearing his periodic table shirt, though. I like that one, too.
It was brown.
Yeah, I like that one. And there was no whiteboard in this one.
Yeah, no.
But Leonard is going to show Beverly his lab. And he's like, I think you'll find this interesting. I'm trying to replicate a study that the Italians did. And she's like,
Well,
so no original research? And he's like, no. She's like, why do I have to see it? I just read the paper by the Italians.
That was beautiful.
She's so harsh. She's so harsh.
She's so good.
She
is
is
so good.
Oh man, when she is on, it's just I love everything that comes out of her mouth. It's just hilarious.
Too. Yeah.
So that was our Big Bang Therapy checklist for letter C.
And by the way, she just had her 71st birthday.
Happy birthday.
She's awesome.
Yeah. You ready to play our super fun word game?
Oh yeah, it's so super fun. You know I'm dreading it, you know? Alien.
I don't know why.
Dumpster last year, alien this year so far. Come on. You know?
Once you get going, you're fine.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
I've determined that I'm better at giving clues than receiving them. There's no doubt about it. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Laptop.
Oh, we're on C, right? Computer.
Good.
I forgot the letter for a second. Like, wait, what am I supposed to be thinking of?
Oh man. Okay, so that's a 5-er.
That's a 5-er.
Yeah, think C.
Snuggle.
Cuddle.
Yes!
Yay!
5 first time.
All right. All right. Formal.
Casual.
Yay!
Yay!
Right. Oh Lord.
Think about what I'm saying to you.
Oh, okay. Think is not the clue, huh? Okay.
No. Fudgy.
Cannoli.
Yes.
That's like Aristophanes. Ridiculous.
These were dogs AT had at one point, by the way, together.
Cannoli, yes.
That's why I said
that was good clue.
Thank you.
Yes, very good. All right. Bleach.
Cleaner.
Ooh. Chemical.
Chemical. Chlorine.
Yes.
Oh. Holy crap.
That's a 4.
Okay.
It's all right. My next was going to be pool.
Oh yeah, okay.
You would have definitely gotten it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well,
yeah.
You had to
I was
think
thinking laundry. I was thinking laundry when you said
chlorine bleach.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Ritz.
Crackers.
Yay!
Yay! We're doing good here.
I know.
Did I jinx it? I hope not.
think so.
Oh, I don't
we'll
know
find
about
out.
that. Okay.
Doesn't matter. We only have
We have a couple left.
Yeah.
Okay. Bird.
Canary.
Red.
Cardinal.
Yes. You said to be almost the same time that I came out with red.
Okay. Polite.
It's not coming to me, but I'm just going to say creative because that's the first stupid thing that came to my brain. Polite. Okay, second clue.
I had it, and then
I
you
got
started
it.
talking.
I got it. Courteous.
Right.
Yep. I knew it. I wrote it down, and that's when it came to me when I wrote it down.
Okay, so that's technically
4.
4.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Convict.
Convict. Criminal.
Yes! Hallelujah! I had my doubts on this one.
Criminal.
I don't know. Would you have gotten it if I said no? You can't.
No, you can't
if
do
I
that.
say smooth?
No, I would never have gotten it.
No.
Okay,
this one is your last one. And she's making faces, folks.
No, I'm not.
No.
Doritos.
Chips.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, man. So we had crackers and chips, huh?
Yes.
In this batch. Okay. Our grand total is 47.
Hey, nice
bad.
job. All right.
Yeah.
Very redeeming.
Yeah, definitely. We've been doing okay.
Yeah, we have. And this was a very good one. So don't be dreading it next time, lady, because we did a good job.
Yep.
That was our Word Game C edition. Okay, let's talk about our Desert Island playlist.
I'm ready.
All right, this week's band is The Clash.
Yes, it is.
I'm super excited about The Clash. They're a punk band, a British punk band from the 70s. Yeah. And they're a very influential band.
Yes.
You know, every time I look at Green Day and I look at Billy Joe Armstrong, I see Joe Strummer, the singer of The Clash. Yeah. So listened to them a lot in my youth, adolescence. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested to see, because I know this is not a huge band for you.
Oh, I like The Clash.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, the band I was in, we did my number one pick here.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and tell me your number one pick?
Should I stay or should I go?
Da, na, 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 na. It's a great song. Classic song.
Absolutely.
So good. And the thing I love about
Was that your number one too?
It's actually my number two.
Okay.
Number two.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the Dance Like a Maniac chorus. That's what I feel like every time this song comes on and then the chorus comes in.
Yes.
Should I stay or should I go now? I just feel like you just dance like a maniac through that whole
It's a great song.
business. It's fabulous.
And I got to tell you something. The Espanol part of this,
it's so good.
I made up my own words in Espanol. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. It's like, I can't remember the real words. I make up my own.
That's all right.
Okay, so what's your number one?
My number one is Rock the Casbah.
Oh, it's on my consideration list.
Okay. This song is number one for me because of the video.
Oh,
this is an MTV era video.
Absolutely. Yes, it is.
And Joe Strummer in a yellow sleeveless shirt was just so punk rock to me.
Yes. And
the video is so shot out that you have really no idea what's happening. There's an armadillo, there's a sheik, there is a Hasidic Jew. It's just like there is just so much going on, and I remember watching it like repeatedly because at this time in MTV, they played the same set of videos over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I just thought that this was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen up until this point.
So this is one of those songs that when you hear the song, you visualize the video.
Yes.
Got it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it just takes me right back to being a kid
again.
On my knees in front of the little TV. Right. That was like 27 inches.
Or not even, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, especially as a kid, like not understanding all the lyrics and everything, but just trying to, learn it kind of phonetically. And so I spent so much time trying to figure this song out that it's definitely number one for me.
Yeah. Okay. So my number two.
Okay.
I Fought the Law.
That's a cover though.
But I still like it.
It's done very well by this band. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. My number three is London Calling.
That was one of my considerations as well.
Okay. It's so smart. It's so poignant. It's just a very impactful song. And it's about the environment going to hell, society going to hell. And he's like, it's all going to hell, but I'm not worried about it because I'll be dead. It's basically going to kill me. I think it's one of the first times that I realized how intelligent Joe Strummer was, how intelligent this band was, how socially committed this band was. It's just one of those songs that resonate for me.
Okay. All right. So my number three, Train in Vain, Stand By Me.
That's on my HN list. My honorable mention.
Honorable mention?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Great song.
Yeah. See, and like I said, I picture myself on a desert island and what I could work to. Don't get me wrong. I love London Calling and I love Rock the Casbah, but I'm thinking, okay, which ones am I going to work harder to? And these are the three songs that I came up with.
That's so interesting because I would totally work hard to Rock the Casbah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could just see myself being like, the Sharif don't like it, and throwing coconuts.
And I'll catch them,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to mention working for a clampdown.
That's a great song, but actually, my first honorable mention is Tommy Gun.
Oh, yeah.
I love the drums in that song. And I think,
I do
again, super socially conscious. And then the next one was Train in Vain, Stand By Me. Definitely.
Love that.
And then is Know Your Rights. I love the balls of that song. You know, it's just like telling you flat out, they don't give a crap about you. You basically have no rights. The only time you have rights is if you are in a position of power in society.
Right. I fought the law.
That's
and
right.
The law run.
That's
there
right.
You go.
Isn't that Buddy Holly though originally?
Written by Sonny Curtis of the Crickets, by a cover by the Bobby Fuller Four.
That's one of those singles.
Oh, there it is. As a matter of fact, on Wiki, they have the 45.
All right, cool.
Released in 1965.
See, we're educational too.
We kind of are.
Yeah. So do you agree with our picks? We'd love to hear what your choices would be. So leave us a comment on our Facebook page, Sense and Nonsense A to Z, and let us know which 3 songs by The Clash you would put on your Desert Island playlist.
I have some A to Z sports for us. As you know, Aaron Rodgers signed with the Jets.
Yes.
The Jets also signed ex-Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard, Rodgers' old backup quarterback Tim Boyle, offensive tackle Billy Turner, and they just signed Randall Cobb. So I guess the New York Jets are going to be considered the New York Packers too.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Well, you know what? I'm guessing that they had a chat with him and maybe he said some recommendations. I don't know, but they're trying to win a championship.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're coming up with a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, Max Scherzer, one of our ace pitchers for the New York Mets. The Mets went to LA to play the Dodgers. The umpires check the pitchers now. They're checking their glove, they're checking their hand to make sure that there's no foreign substance.
Okay.
Because it's a big deal now. So they checked him at the end of the 3rd inning and they told him to go in and change your glove and wash your hands, kind of deal. And so he did, because he uses a lot of rosin, and rosin is legal. And there's a rosin bag on the pitcher's mound.
Right.
So, but he uses a lot of it. So between the rosin and the sweat, you know, it gets a little tacky. And right now, when he went in, he cleaned his hands with alcohol. What happens with alcohol is it really made it tacky.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. So tacky, he could have it in his fingers and have the ball hang there.
Oh, my goodness.
When you mix alcohol and rosin. So when Max Scherzer came out for the 4th inning and washed his hands and, you know, with the alcohol and stuff, it was bad. So they ejected him, and 10-day suspension.
Wow.
For a legal substance. Rosin's legal.
But is alcohol?
I'm not sure what the story is, whether they told him to go wash your hands with alcohol, but the Mets told him just accept the 10-day suspension rather than appeal it, because the process is too long. We will need you further into the season, so just take the 10-day suspension, and he did. They're cracking down on this stuff, and so we'll see what happens. Still sticking in the MLB, the Oakland A's rookie pitcher Mason Miller made his 3rd start of the season through 7 scoreless innings. Despite his superb performance, Miller was pulled after closing out the 7th inning because he was throwing 100 pitches.
Are you not allowed to pitch an entire game anymore?
There's a theory not to go over 100 pitches. And here's the whole thing about getting hurt, and, you know, people with Tommy John surgery, they're monitoring pitches. Now, I can remember years ago, like, I know you know this name, Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan used to throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball way back when, okay?
Yeah.
And his arm never fell off. There was days that there was double headers and stuff, and, you know, you needed your pitcher to go the 9 innings. I think they're being a little too cautious, but so this poor guy got pulled doing a no-hitter, and by the way, they went on to lose.
They lost a game for him?
Yes, they lost the game.
I would be furious.
I know. Okay, so the last thing I have is the National Basketball Association, NBA's MVP list came out. And Joel Embiid from the Philadelphia 76ers got the award. He got the MVP. But what's curious, and I had listened to some of these sports radio people, they were saying that it's odd that the top three are not Americans. So there's kind of like a little shift that's going on, and they feel that maybe it had something to do with the 1992 Dream Team. They were so successful, and kids in other countries are picking up basketball, which is a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the top three is, like I said, Joel Embiid from the Sixers. He's from Cameroon. Nikola Jokic. He's from the Nuggets and originally from Serbia. And then number 3 is Giannis Antetokounmpo from Athens, Greece.
Well, they're recruiting these guys from other
Yes.
countries.
Right.
So, yeah, that's going to happen. They're going to wind up on your list.
As a matter of fact, let's say top 3 are from other countries. Then number 4 is American. Number 5 is foreign. 6, American. Foreign. American. Steph Curry came in 9th. It's wild. You know,
I mean,
so,
it's not
things are
surprising.
changing. No, not at all. But I think they were saying that because it's the NBA. Well, let's face it, Major
Baseball.
League Baseball. Yeah.
It's full of foreigners.
Well, Latin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot. Yes,
A lot
a lot
Latin.
from South America. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Central America and South America.
Yeah, and they've been pulling those for years.
Yeah.
You know,
And now we have a lot from Asian countries too.
Well, Japanese baseball is very big.
I think it's all good. There we have it.
Okay.
It's time for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Okie dokie.
Season 5, Episode 3, Typos and Torsos.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
It starts off with the flash forward stuff again, but this time with Ethan in the field in Israel. What was that? Like 1984.
Yeah. On a lettuce farm.
Yeah. And Mitch flies in by helicopter, disrupts the whole thing. It's like, this is so far-fetched.
It's so tone deaf as well.
Yeah, it's
like-
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hated it.
What, they never saw a Jewish mother before?
Yeah.
You're in
come on.
Israel.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
that is the worst thing
Yeah.
to say. And
I know.
she's so disconnected from his life, and he's studying to be a rabbi.
Right. And then he introduces his fiance to her, of which she had no idea.
Mm-mm.
Her name was Kava. And then this Kava person says to Ethan, I don't like her. It's like, yeah, no kidding. And you know what? I kind of think she doesn't like you. And guess what? You're not very likable either.
No. But neither
No.
was Midge.
No, not at all. Did not like that whatsoever.
Me either.
Like I said, these flash forward things, I think it's going someplace, but not crazy about it. I'm really not at all.
Nor am I.
Yeah.
I did not care for this episode very much.
Mm,
I thought there was a lot of going, what the hell?
I know.
You know, Abe talking to the poor kid about
Torsos.
plane crashes and
Exactly.
limbs and torsos flying all over and this is supposed to help him sleep?
Right. And Abe having a conniption because he spelled Carol Channing wrong.
With one N instead of two?
Two.
He was acting like a child.
I know.
Is interesting because Ethan, all he wants to do is sleep with Midge, right? Like,
'Cause he's
kinda
scared.
kicks it. And all she wants to do is get him back in his own bed, right?
Right.
So then she goes to sleep in his bed because he's in hers.
Right.
And then she gets Esther in the bed with her because Esther really doesn't want anything to do with her because as soon as she falls asleep, Esther climbs out and
So-
gets back in her own bed.
Which
It's
was
like-
so sweet. When I saw that, it was like, oh,
Well, it just goes to show you that
Yeah.
Esther is independent and Ethan
Yes.
is codependent.
true.
You know, and the differences,
Yes.
and it's really telling in this episode the difference between the Weissmans and the Maisels.
Yes.
Even though Moisha and Shirley act like idiots for like half of this episode,
They had a sweet moment, boy.
their moment at the end of this episode is
Yeah.
the best moment of the entire series so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
when she walks in and she is heartbroken.
She's heartbroken because she's not going to get another grandchild, and she was knitting blue and pink booties because you can't be born with cold feet.
First of all, it's sweet when they find out that there's not going to be a baby, and she is immediately concerned, and so is Moish for Joel.
Exactly.
They are immediately concerned for him. She's immediately heartbroken. She immediately hugs her son. She immediately is like, well, you can try again, you know, I'm so sorry. And even Moish asked Joel if he's okay.
Right.
And it just goes to show the difference between
that
a self-absorbed family and one who really cares about their children.
Sure.
And even though Moish and Shirley are in the midst of their own turmoil, they're fighting, they want to get divorced.
They're just going through a rough
patch.
Yeah.
When she walks in that room, he's sleeping by himself in the bedroom, and she walks in and she has one of each of those booties in her hand and they're unfinished, and she's just broken.
Yeah, she's just beside herself.
And he just puts his book to the side and he pulls those covers back, and she just gets in and he hugs her. That is the most beautiful moment. It chokes me up even now thinking about it.
No, I'm kind of tearing up myself.
So heartfelt and authentic.
It was the best.
It
was the best. Absolutely.
Beyond that moment, this thing is a train wreck.
Oh, it's a total train wreck, except for Susie.
Oh, she's so good.
She's so good. She's so ticked off that tea room was burnt down, and it had.
I was gonna invest.
And the whipped cream.
Oh,
it was the most delicious. It was, what was she calling that? Celestial. That was so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Funny. She was good.
You know, he's like, are you right-handed or left-handed, sweetheart? when she wants to go get a gun.
That was funny. And
Susie's like, don't speak.
Exactly. She's not getting a gun. Again, she's the bright part of the series, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why it's the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, because it's Susie's show. She is the one who is outstanding in every scene that she's in.
Absolutely.
I don't find Midge to be funny. Again, she's not funny.
Yeah.
You know, then has a
how about that
Bugs
Bunny? Oh, I know. How about that Bugs Bunny joke that Gordon Ford flubbed, right?
It was okay. It was an okay joke.
It was an okay joke. I'm actually very surprised that they approved it and put it in.
Yeah.
All right. But couldn't she have controlled herself in the wings of the show and not grunted?
It was unbelievable that she did.
You know, I mean, it's like you said, self-absorbed. You know, I mean.
He is the star. He is doing the show. It's his reputation on the line. He made a mistake that he then had to cover for.
Right.
And she's audibly groaning.
Yeah. I know.
What are you thinking? And then she's surprised. I'm going to get fired? Like, you're lucky you didn't get fired on the spot.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's actually what I thought when I was watching that episode. I was like, oh, she's gone. She screwed it up.
Yeah.
You know, she already messed up what she. Yeah, exactly. What did she say to Lenny Bruce? That she's not going to mess this up, right?
But that's all she does.
And she messes up everything
constantly.
Just don't like the direction that this goes in. I really
and then
don't. I want to see her success.
I know. I have no idea how she got to the point where they're talking about it in 1984 or whatever. Because all I see here is a friggin' mess.
Yeah, train wrecks.
All the time.
Yeah, one after another. I agree. I don't get it either.
And then after she groans, she has the balls to have a fight with him in public about it. This in a crowded bar that is a trade bar. All of your colleagues and newspaper people and everything are in
all
this
there.
Bar.
Exactly.
And you expect that you're not going to be fired?
Yeah, seriously.
Well,
60s, apparently she wasn't fired.
The only reason she was not fired is because they made it to #1.
True, and he has a soft spot for her.
I know, because he wants to get in her skirt.
Yes.
Which is, ugh.
Yeah, I know.
Such a cliche. And I'll be honest
really
with
is.
you. I mean, I don't mind the Gordon Ford character, but I don't like the fact that he's basically replacing Lenny, because Lenny was a much better character, and I doubt we're going to see him again.
You really think so? You think he's going to come back?
He went to LA and he dies in LA. So I don't know. I mean, we might have a glimpse of him again, but
that would be a shame.
Yeah, because I mean, these episodes, like we said last time, really suffer without him in it.
Bring Lenny
And also Joel is kind of acting like an idiot still.
He was him.
I know he was him and she was her, but it's just like, I don't know. I guess I'm just maybe over that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm over her putting her foot in her mouth constantly. Like, just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
that's all you have to do.
Develop some self-control. You don't have to have a quip for everything, because honestly, most of the time your quips aren't funny anyway, and they make you unlikable.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm supposed to root for you when I don't like you most of the time.
And I want to root.
I know.
I want to see her be successful, and I want to see her grow and stuff. And it's, I don't know. I know these writers are supposedly awarded writers, but I just don't like it.
I don't either. I don't like it. Obviously, we don't have the big picture, but again,
we're only with the third episode, and we have 6 more to go. So if
I wasn't invested in this, I would have stopped watching
a long time ago. Yes, me too. I'm in that category. Yeah. That's the only reason I'm watching it, because I am invested. Yep.
I know. So far, only 1 out of 3 has been good.
Which was the first episode this season. Yeah, that was really good.
Let's do deep questions.
Okay, deeper the better.
Letter C, deep questions.
Okay.
Which would you rather give up, cheese or cookies?
Oh, man. Both are tough for me.
Deep questions. I know. That's why I picked them.
Okay, so cheese is my favorite food.
I know.
And cookies is my favorite dessert. Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah, would have to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, plus it would help my cholesterol.
It would.
You know, even though cookies would help my diet. But I'll go with the cheese. You know, it's hard to give up sweets for me. Very hard. Yeah. How about you?
It would be cheese.
Okay.
And the reason is because I feel like I'm way down on cheese anyway.
Okay.
I would rather have a cookie.
Yeah. Love cookies. I'm really digging Oreo cookies anymore, I gotta tell you.
Oreos are delish. I mean, and not just that, but, you know, come the holidays, I want a snickerdoodle. I cannot give up a snickerdoodle, you know?
Hey, talk about Oreos. The last batch of Oreo cookies that I got, the wafers have been flipped, a couple of them. It's like, how is that happening with so many in this pack?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's their quality control?
Exactly.
They should be free.
They're definitely less calories, you know that. The broken ones and the less calories.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. All right. So you're going to be able to tell with my next question that I was hungry when I was formulating my deep questions.
Okay.
Because the next
it's all
question,
food related.
Well,
okay.
This one is, if you could only have one kind of cake for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Cheesecake.
Ooh. But wait a minute. If you give up cheese.
Wait a minute.
That's a separate question.
The first question has nothing to do with the second question, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So it would be cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
That is different than I thought you were going to say.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say ice cream cake.
Oh. No.
Cheesecake.
Sure.
That's a good answer.
Sure. And you?
Me. This is a tough one for me. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I love cake.
Oh, I know that's your favorite.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
So it's really tough, but I think I also would have to go with cheesecake because there are lots of varieties of cheesecake.
This is true.
So I could get away with having a variety still, even within the confines of cheesecake.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
It's thinking ahead.
Yes.
All right. Number 3.
Yes.
Would you rather live in the Canary Islands, which is the Spain territory off Northwest Africa, or the Channel Islands in the English Channel off the coast of France? That's the British territory.
Right. I know which one you're going to pick. But there should be a third one, the Caribbean islands, and that would be the one I would pick.
Well, no, you have to choose one of these.
I know.
Purposely did not pick a Caribbean island.
You knew I'd pick that one.
Yes.
I'd go with the Canary.
I knew it. You're always going to go more tropical than me.
Absolutely. I would definitely go more tropical. Not compared to you, but just more tropical in general. Yeah.
Yes.
And you're going to go off the...
I'm going with the Channel Islands.
Of course.
In no small part because I can live on Jersey, which is a great island. I'm from New Jersey. I might as well go to Jersey if I'm going to live on an island. And
yes,
Jersey is where Henry Cavill's from. So that's a big draw.
Okay.
He's got to go back there to visit family, right?
Okay. Chances are.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. This is we're getting deep questions now.
And we get deeper as we go.
As we go. That's right. Would you rather wear the crown in a poor kingdom or be a commoner in a rich kingdom?
Ooh, this is deep. I'd rather wear a crown in a poor kingdom because I feel that I could help that kingdom. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, there's no wrong answer. I mean,
is that okay?
Yeah. I feel like you would put some like organizational skills and things in place, and you'd be like, this is where, I mean, we were just talking about it, like you economize our Zoom. You know, it's like, oh, we better use every second of our Zoom before we start a new one. You know, like I feel like you would definitely bring that type of sensibility
Mantra or whatever. Yeah.
Sensibility to a monarchy.
Sure. How about you?
I would probably be a commoner in a rich kingdom.
Really?
Yeah, I probably would.
All right.
You know, I'd be like, all right, you know, that's fine. As we're doing all right, that's fine. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. There's no reason for me to supplant you.
Yeah. If you change your mind, you can come over to my kingdom.
I would totally go to your kingdom and help. I would.
I need help.
Yeah.
I can't do it all myself.
No, absolutely not. Nobody can.
No.
All right. And here's the last one, which I feel like is the most relevant for our lives. Okay?
Okay.
If you were a public figure, which we kind of are with our podcast, we're public figures now, would you rather be conservative or controversial?
Controversial.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's boring. I'm so conservative with other portions of my life, like my money. I'm very conservative with my money, but my views on different things it's definitely not conservative. So why would I bring conservatism to my fame? Right. No. How about you?
Well, I feel like, I do a segment called Going Beyond Normal. I don't think I'm very conservative. I think I probably am not super controversial, but I'm definitely on the other side of normal.
Right.
So I feel like that in and of itself is a little bit controversial, even though I'm very moderate. I'm a pretty moderate person. So
I am too.
I probably straddle that line.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those were my deep questions for the C edition.
We stir things up. That's
we do. Yeah. We make you think about stuff, right?
Right.
I mean, that's the hope. Like what we're talking about with Bruce Springsteen. Even if it's poppy, it's still got an element of deepness to it.
There you go.
Are you ready to do some table topics?
All right. Do you have the red box?
I have the red box. I actually have a different one as well, but that one's more adult.
Oh.
I've made sure all of these are PG appropriate.
I think the red one's the original, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cute.
So this is the first time we're seeing these questions, and we're going to talk about them. I'm just pulling them out at random.
Right.
This first one says, if money were no object, what kind of party would you throw?
I'd throw a party and hire a band. Okay, I'm going to say a summer party. And maybe have it on a beach someplace. There you go. Friends and family, have a band, summer party. That's my answer.
There you go.
I'll stick with that one. How about you?
I don't know. I'm not a super big partier.
That's actually a tough question.
It is a hard question.
Yeah.
I think I would probably throw a dinner party.
Okay.
and just invite a handful of people
Okay.
and have everything, catered, and do it like a Clue thing. Go to a mansion.
Oh, okay.
Maybe have a murder mystery party or something like that, where it's
Okay.
just like maybe a dozen people or so, and
Yeah.
do something like that, or
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
answer.
All right. Let's see another one.
Took some thought. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, definitely another one.
Ooh.
Okay.
Are you mentally or physically tougher?
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
these are deep questions
These
here.
are.
Which one am I tougher, mentally or physically? I'm going to say physically.
Mm,
Yeah.
I definitely see why you would say that.
Yeah. I'm a tough broad.
I love that. I do. I am also going to pick physically,
Okay.
because I feel like physically I have really been put through the ringer.
Yeah. Well, mentally too, for that matter.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not mentally tough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me
but
neither.
I'm saying
Me neither.
I am more likely to just take a minute and cry than I am to sit down because I physically hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Sure.
more likely to physically plow through and tough that out and get it done, and then later be like, oh my God, that hurt.
Why did I do that?
Yeah, like, oh,
Yeah.
I just, then mentally I'm more like, okay, just give me a minute. I just need to go cry in the bathroom for a sec. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Do one more.
Yeah, one more. Ooh, this is interesting. If you could master one instrument, what would it be?
A guitar. Yep. And you?
This is a tough one. I feel like a guitar is versatile because you could take it anywhere with you, and
Mhm.
and so much is born out of that. I mean, if you can play the guitar, you can play the bass. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But there is something about a piano that I really
Sure.
love. So I
Sure.
think I would probably go with piano.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that. That
Yeah.
would be for me too, but I would really love to master guitar. I
Yeah.
really would.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was thinking about that earlier today. I saw a commercial with a girl playing guitar, and I'm like, man, I wish I was able to play that well, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Or how about like Dolly?
I know.
She just got up and plays guitar with her,
crazy
9-inch nails.
I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I saw I don't know where it was a commercial for. Maybe it was a print ad for learning to play the guitar. And I was wondering if kids today still learn how to play Smoke on the Water first. Because that was the tune that you learned back in the day.
Or George Thorogood, because it's 3 chords.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I just remember that, like, dun 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 dun, like everybody that I knew who was taking guitar lessons, like that was their thing. All right, I want to do one more.
Okay. Uno mas.
Yes. Is it more essential to develop beliefs or gain knowledge?
Gain knowledge. At least for me. And for you?
Gain knowledge, because through gaining knowledge is how you formulate your beliefs, so I feel like definitely gain knowledge, and I don't think that's a choice that enough people make. These are fun.
I love that.
This is a great game. Table Topics, thank you very much for your assistance with our podcast.
For sure. Do you realize with our playlist we agreed on 2 again?
That's right, we did.
Yeah.
I love that segment. I love hearing what your choices are.
Yours too. I mean, it's fun.
It's fun. It's fun also because I think it's interesting that we can't just limit ourselves to 3 songs. Even though we have 3, we have to mention like all these other
honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I know. Well, it's like my top 5 list that we started. And I had to do a top 10 this week,
I know. It's like there's so many good things out there, but really it is 3 songs on our Desert Island playlist. That's all we get.
Yes.
If you enjoyed this episode, remember to tell your friends and follow us on Facebook at Sense and Nonsense A to Z, all one word. And wherever you're listening, please like our episodes. And if you're listening on YouTube, subscribe to our channel and be sure to hit the notification bell.
Ding!
To get notified of each episode as it becomes available.
We appreciate you listening. With that, we're out of here.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week.